In Capitol Review is Sarakshi Rai. Sarakshi is the Director of Audience Development and Head of Social Media at The Hill. Sarakshi, welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
Your thoughts of the debate. It seemed like it was high stakes. You could just feel the intensity even from watching it from home.
That's right. It was the first matchup between former President Trump and Vice President Harris. You know, the first time these two have met on the presidential debate debate stage, and it really went into overdrive immediately. So what we saw was, you know, the debate went over, but it turned fiery pretty quickly. The vice president appeared a little unsure when she first started, but slowly kind of came into her groove and really attacked and baited the former president into launching into a tirade over multiple issues that, you know, she really wanted to show him as the candidate that was maybe less measured than her. And she really came across as the more measured and more tempered candidate on Tuesday's debate.
Do you think the former president had some good moments? If so, what stood out?
He did have a few good moments, but it was overshadowed by his bad moments, right? I mean, he had a winning, really attack line on the economy, on inflation, and he really failed to seize on those winning moments against the vice president. You know, what we saw was a very the former president was failing to really follow through on his attacks against the vice president. And, you know, he spoke about the economy, he spoke about inflation, he spoke about his administration. And those were really where he could have won the debate, but he failed to really take that to scale and go after the vice president.
The vice president had some moments. What stood out to you?
She really did, and where she really hit home was on abortion and was very forceful on abortion. You know, that's something they tangled on. She also had a few weak moments with her flip-flop position on fracking, which was also something former President Trump didn't seize on during the debate as well. So, you know, both candidates really went after each other. It was contentious, it was fiery, and, you know, they both had their points to make, but largely even among Republican lawmakers, both in the House and Senate, you know, there is this consensus that the debate was better for the vice president than the former president.
Sarakshi, how are Americans reacting? More so, how are independents and the so-called undecided?
So the undecided voters are still in play. You know, there's a huge stake with the undecided voters, especially going into the November elections, given just how close the race is and how close polling is. You know, it's well within the margin of error right now, and so they're very much in play. But what we are seeing is that there are certain polls and post-debate polls that show that maybe undecided voters and independents thought that the vice president came out looking better than President Trump. Now, undecided voters are still in play, but amongst at least their own bases. So amongst the Republican base, President Trump is still pretty strong. And with the Democratic base, Vice President Harris is pretty strong as well. So what we're really seeing is going into November with less than 60 days to go, things are going to heat up a lot, and each faction has its size, but it all comes down to the margins, and it all comes down to the undecided voters.
Sarakshi Rai, thank you so very much for joining us.